It all started with this one project that connected a simple command line to a life-saving insight. That was it. That was the moment my whole career path just clicked into place. Section 1. The ordinary world. Just a few years ago, I was your typical undergrad. My world was all textbooks, lecture halls, and cramming for exams late at night. I was genuinely passionate about biology, totally fascinated by that complex dance of molecules that makes us who we are, but my future, it felt fuzzy. I knew I loved science, but the usual paths like medicine or working in a wet lab didn't feel like the right fit for me. Honestly, I found some of the lab work a bit repetitive and was looking for something more. I'd heard the term bioinformatics in a lecture, and it was described as this cool intersection of biology and computer science. It sounded interesting, but also really intimidating. I had the biology part down, but my coding skills were minimal, to say the least. The thought of writing complex programs to analyze massive datasets felt like trying to climb a mountain I had no gear for. The whole field just seemed so abstract, a jumble of algorithms and tools with names like BLAST and bioconductor that meant nothing to me at the time. I was stuck at a crossroads, curious about the potential but having no idea where to even start. Section 2, the project then, the opportunity that would basically shape my entire future, just landed on my desk. It wasn't some big-shot internship or a fancy research position. It was a small project for one of my advanced biology classes. The task was simple on the surface, but actually profound. We got case studies of patients with suspected genetic diseases. Our job was to use open-source bioinformatics software to analyze their genetic sequences, pinpoint the mutation causing the problem, and suggest a diagnosis. All of a sudden, the abstract became very real. This wasn't just about memorizing theories anymore. It was about using computational tools to solve a real-world puzzle that had a huge human impact. The challenge was to connect a patient's symptoms to the raw, overwhelming sequence of their DNA. We had to dig through millions of data points to find that one tiny variation, a single typo in the book of life that could explain everything. The learning curve was steep, and I knew I had to get comfortable and fast with the command line and programming languages like Python or R, which are the bread and butter of this work. Section 3. The breakthrough. Those first few weeks were a real struggle. I mean, hours spent just trying to make sense of software manuals, debugging scripts that wouldn't run, and feeling like a total fraud. It's a feeling I think a lot of people get in a field that changes so fast. There were definitely moments I felt completely lost, just staring at a terminal window full of error messages and wondering if I really had what it took to bring these two intense disciplines together. But then, slowly, piece by piece, things started to click. I figured out how to clean up and process the raw sequence data. I used alignment tools to compare the patient's DNA to a reference genome, hunting for any differences. I dove into databases that catalog genetic variants and their known links to diseases. Every small step felt like a huge win, building my confidence and pulling me deeper into the case. The big aha moment wasn't some dramatic, movie-like scene. It was a quiet, powerful realization. After weeks of analysis, I'd isolated a specific mutation in one gene. I cross-referenced it, and there it was, a known pathogenic variant that was directly linked to the patient's symptoms. In that instant, everything came into focus. The lines of code I'd painstakingly written had turned a complex biological question into a clear, actionable answer. It wasn't just data on a screen anymore, it was a potential diagnosis key that could unlock treatment options and finally give a family some answers. That feeling of connecting code directly to a person's life was absolutely exhilarating. Section 4. The transformation. That one project was the launching pad for my entire career. It did more than just teach me how to use a few programs. It completely changed how I saw everything. I realized bioinformatics wasn't just a technical skill, it was a powerful new way to understand biology itself. The hands-on experience was priceless and gave me a practical understanding that you just can't get from a textbook. That project became the star of my portfolio. It gave me the confidence to chase after more computational projects and, more importantly, the skills to actually do them. I learned how to manage and analyze huge datasets, a skill that's in ridiculously high demand. It directly led to my first internship and ultimately put me on the path to becoming a bioinformatics scientist. I had finally found my niche, a field that satisfied my analytical side and my love for biology. And with personalized medicine and AI driving things forward, the need for people who can bridge the gap between biology and data is only going to grow. My whole journey started with a single project I almost talked myself out of because I didn't feel qualified. If you're a student who loves biology but feels a little hesitant about the coding side of things, I hope my story shows you that it's totally possible. The most important skills you can have are curiosity and the stubbornness to just keep going. If you want to learn more about careers in bioinformatics and the tools that can help you get started, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. I'll be sharing a lot more about my experiences and giving out practical tips for anyone aspiring to get into this field. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments what is a project that changed your career path. In conclusion, that undergraduate project was more than just a grade, it was my origin story. It taught me that bioinformatics is a field where you never stop learning, where you're always adapting to new tech. It's a field where you can make real, groundbreaking contributions, from helping develop new drugs to understanding the basic mechanics of life itself. I went from feeling completely adrift to finding a career that is not only a great challenge, but also incredibly rewarding. And it really did all start with that one project, that one moment of seeing code truly come to life.